Here's how leading enterprises are deploying AI agents in minutes, without risking security, compliance, or trust. With Flux AI, you can manage hundreds of specialized agents under one secure platform, complete with strict access controls, full admin visibility, and tailored customization for your organization's needs. Connect, process, deliver. Plug into your existing systems, process data in real time with advanced language models, and deliver powerful outputs, from instant proposals to predictive insights and personalized responses, all without writing a single line of code. Flux AI agents cut hours of manual work into seconds. Your 24/7 digital workforce, built for scale, precision, and performance. Flux AI. Scale smarter. Work faster.
We are live.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on? What a good day for an AMA, man. Like, I've been looking forward to this for quite a while, so this is good stuff. So, welcome everybody to the Flux AMA. We have we've got a couple topics today that we're going to go over. We will open it up at the end for AMA questions. We'd like to try to keep it quick and moving fast. We've got about an hour to cover what we need to cover, and we can't really go over because we've got some appointments on the other side of this. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to John Kerr. John, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I joined the project a few years ago, was a community member like most everyone that started in this, on this team. Transitioned into the AI side of the house about a year ago, working with Daz. So now I'm the technical lead on the Flux AI side. We're making good progress and excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah. Flux AI is really hitting the ground running, I must say. There's not too many meetings I go to that I'm kind of feeling dumb. The Flux AI meetings are one, you know what I mean? Like they move so fast, man. It's like it takes me a while to catch up. Pretty amazing things that they're working on too, and we'll learn about a few of them today. Betty, how are you?
I'm good.
You want to give a little intro if somebody doesn't know who Betty is?
Yeah, so I am in the marketing team. I've been here for like 5 years already. Working on SSP Zelcore, currently FluxCloud as well, helping out where I can.
Well, wait a minute. All the trolls in Discord say there's no marketing team. So you exist, right?
You see, I'm here. I'm here like.
Oh, Betty, the marketing team has the hardest job in this space by far. When you're in a down market like this, things are kind of, uncertainty in the world. Everybody blames marketing because you're not getting traction. Fact and reality is it's like pissing in the wind. It's hard to get people to move. So what you have to do, and what Betty has done with the team in marketing, has really built the foundational groundwork for when we get to the next level. because eventually this too shall pass. You know, there'll be a upcycle that like you never believe, and we need to be in front of that. And Betty does a real good job of doing that.
Thank you so much. 100%. It's difficult currently in the bear market, but this will pass, and we need to stay strong, promote our services currently, and work on it in the background during the bear market. And that's the right time to build and focus on that.
Preach. Volter, for all
Hello.
the people that don't know who the evil genius behind all the things Flux OS is, please introduce yourself.
Hello, so I'm Walter. I'm from Portugal. I in the Flux project for like 8 or 9 years since almost the start. I am now for some years responsible for the FluxCloud network development and everything that is related with it. So Flux nodes, Arcane OS, cloud.runonflux.com, the applications on the network. I'm the one responsible for the team that is building it. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
very glad to be here, and I think today I will share some stuff for the community that they will like and enjoy. Some things no one knows yet, not even you guys. Not even you guys.
not me. You didn't tell me?
Not even you.
Well, why wouldn't you tell me, Volter?
Why? Leaky Ben.
Yeah, I have a history of leaking shit. So good. I'll be amazed to see it today too. So we'll welcome everybody on board. Couple housekeeping items. We've got quite a few people here. If you could like and retweet on Twitter, share the YouTube link. I ask people if they can do us a solid and maybe live tweet what they're seeing. If they see something cool, which I guarantee you're going to see something cool today, just take the time and help us out and you know, post some posts out there, get some action moving on things, and see that number go up quick. All right, so without further ado, I think the way we're going to handle it today is I'm going to let Volter go, and then I'm going to let John go, and then I'm going to end up on the tail end of all of that with my updates. So I think that would be the easiest way. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Volter, and have at it, buddy.
Thank you. So when we scheduled this meeting, this AMA, one of the things that I thought is, what do I see the community having doubts and making questions about what is our vision for the FluxCloud network? And today I will talk a little bit about it. Can you go for the next slide, please? Because, okay. And this is the only slide that I have, but I will dig on each one of the subjects. First of all, what do we have next on our network? There will be a new benchmark version release for our nodes. It was already talked before. This will enforce a new CPU system to get the performance of the CPU. And it will be released most probably next week. That's what we are working on. One of the things that we are working on. We will also be delivering in the next few weeks a new Arcane OS operating system based on the just released Ubuntu 26. There are lots of new features included on it. It will be not just the base Ubuntu, but we will have new encryption stuff system that will be also be used by the applications on the network. Now, one of the things that I think it's really important to talk As you could see in the last few weeks or months, there was lots of releases of new dedicated websites on the cloud for specific products. The reason that we are doing this, it's because for our current clients, if they go to cloud.runonflux.com, they will see, how can I say, it's a very advanced tools for all kind of type of applications. And there are some kind of apps that the customer, it can be much more friendly if we have a website that is dedicated for the product that is trying to rent, without all of things that it doesn't understand and it doesn't care about it. So this is the first goal of these new dedicated websites for specific apps. The second goal is each one of these websites have dedicated SEO. And one of the things that cloud.runonflux was lacking was good SEO, because we have so many different types of applications and games that is difficult for just one website to have good SEO on all of those fronts. So we want to get good SEO for these specific websites. And we will be continue launching more. Even today, we released a new website just for renting OpenCloud running on FluxCloud network. And it's very simple, few clicks. The install process was changed on the website, so it's easy for any person to follow what it needs to get your OpenCloud running on the network. More websites that we are going to have dedicated. I can already share some of them for things that will appear next. For example, we have on cloud.runonflux.com one of the latest products that we delivered that was Git deployments, that we got lots of traction from it. But again, it was included inside cloud.runonflux.com, where, again, the application management is more for advanced users. So we are also going to release a new website just dedicated for Git deployments, more simplistic even that it is currently on cloud. So what we want, what is the vision, what do we see in here? Flux Cloud Network is a decentralized cloud network, and what we want is all kinds of applications to be possible to run on this network. We don't want any limitation because it's decentralized. And that's what we have been working on for some years. And I think we already achieved big part of it. There are still some limitations, but these limitations, for example, will be worked on the next application specifications v9. So what is the vision on my perspective? I want our cloud, to be able to run any kind of application. I don't care what it is. It can run everything. So it is for the Daniel that wants to play Minecraft, for Walter that wants to run some AI stuff, for Betty that wants some marketing website, or for John that wants, I don't know, play GTA 5, whatever. So any kind of application, databases, everything. And we want to make it as simple as possible for anyone that arrives can get what he wants easily. That's it, the vision. We want more traction, more applications being deployed on the network. That's what we want, all want. And now the final part that is very important. Flux Network Application Specification v9. This was already talked about. I'm not going to enter on all the details, but basically, all the applications on the network, when they are registered, they have like a contract. Currently is the version 8. And we are updating to a new version. Why? Because there are features, new features, that we want to include that the current contract model does not support it. And this is not like something that is done from one day to the other, because we need to think that all the nodes will have to understand the new contract and know what to do with this new application specification. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done to make sure we don't cause problems to the network, to the decentralized network. So there are lots of features that will be included on these new application specifications. I can tell you, for example, one that for clients will not make a difference, but for the network is important that it will make possible to add more applications. I will give you an example. I was trying to add one of, it's an old game, but it is still one of the most popular games on worldwide. It's still the game that have more people still playing every day, Counter-Strike. And I got an issue. The network as it is, the current contract, I was able to put it running on the network, but it was not on a good way. It was not easy. So we have some features on v9 application specifications that will bring the possibility to add, for example, add Counter-Strike. But when I'm saying Counter-Strike, the feature, it will be probably used for many other type of applications. This is one of the things. The other thing that for me it's the most important feature, and it's the one that you are not aware, and it's something new, is referral codes. So one of the things that Martin already asked us about long time ago is the possibility to have referral codes. So we will have a website for anyone can go in, and they will register and they will get the code. It can be a gamer, online gamer, for example, that can be streaming a game, and he can go and say, hey, go register this game, host your own dedicated server of this game, and you can go to the cloud.runonflux.com, or if there is a dedicated website that it can point to the dedicated website, and use this code to get, for example, 10% off discount. And I am watching the streaming, I will get the code, I will go to the website, and I will register with those that code, and I will have a 10% discount code on the application registration. But what will happen is the person who is the owner of that code will get a percentage that we will say later on of every purchase that I do on that game after. So if I buy for 1 month, but then I renew for 3 more years, every time I make the payment, that person that made the referral code will be able to get a percentage of what was paid. And it will be a mixed. So it's not just the percentage that the person who gives the referral code will get, it will depend. There will be a flat fee, so anyone can use it, but we will have more stuff. Like, for example, if you go on Reddit and do, how can I say, a post about us or this game, blah, 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 you will get higher percentage. When I'm saying Reddit can be a YouTube video, whatever. So there will be a flat fee. And if you do more things that we will confirm that you are doing, you will get higher percentage. So this is one of the things that I do believe that can help us, especially regarding marketing, because I see so many people talking about marketing like you were saying. So we will, this way, I think it's a good way for even the community can make marketing for us. Let's say like this. Mouth to mouth is the best marketing for any product. So if you can go and get like some share of what someone else is going to pay for using the service, I think it's a very good win for everyone, for us, Flux Network, for the client that will get a discount when he goes and makes the purchase of the application, and for the person who gives the referral code. So these are basically the things that, there are lots of other things on the V9 application specification, but they are very technical. And I would say when we are more close to release them, probably we can do another AMA session just to talk about them. But for now, I would say for this, the referral code is the thing that from my perspective, and I believe in it for the community, what they can feel like it can make a difference. We were lacking this, but this is, I remember talking with marketing. Remember, we are a decentralized network. We don't have a central database where you go and, like for magic, all the payments, we know what referral code they are connected to. So only the new application specification, this requires work, and we are working for it to bring this to the network, into the community. Yeah, I think these were my 20 minutes, what I want to talk with the community. So vision, again, I see many people sometimes, not many people, but sometimes people, I don't see the team talking about what is the vision, what are you guys trying to address? And I think these minutes for me was the wanting to explain. Basically, the FluxCloud network division is very simple. We want everyone, no matter who, to be able to spawn applications on the network. We want it more utilized. And for that, we are delivering tools that can simplify and get us more customers easily. For example, I can even provide something that happened this week that was interesting. One of the things, that last features that we delivered, was something that was the community that was discussing it on Discord, was the possibility of creating on Stripe auto renewals. This was being discussed by the community, and we bring that up. So now you can go there and you can forget about having to go to renew your app or every month or every 3 months or whatever. You make Stripe auto subscription method, and when it's time, your card is we credit your card and the application is automatically renewed. One of the things that I thought it was cool was this week I saw someone paying with auto renew subscription for 1 year. It was a website. So I'm glad when I see this, because it means that for that client, he should be happy what we are offering.
Yeah.
Because he was already using the network, but this time you went and slide it to 1 year and toggle to auto renew. So should be a happy customer, and I was happy to see it.
Yeah. You got a few questions. We're just going to buzz through real quick, Walter.
Okay.
Question is Flux email in the roadmap? It is only essential decentralized service we still don't have. Email plus VPN plus password vault plus cloud storage are what matter to me. And if you don't mind, I'll kind of take that one. We're looking at different solutions. Nostr just came out with a kind of a decentralized email model. I sent it to Volter. We started kind of kicking it around a little bit on how it could happen. It's not like at the top of our list right now. We feel like we've got enough components in place to, serve our customer base. So I agree with you 110%. We need it. I hate using Gmail for my mail client. I mean, it's or Proton or something like that. So I'd love to have we could call it F mail. The F mail. I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah, we can definitely do something like that eventually.
It's like what I was saying before. We want everything to be able to run on the network. Everything. Let me see. Do you have more information about the big customer? Okay.
I'll take that. Everything we do is a learning process. So it isn't like we can take the conceptual structure of a normal enterprise and apply it immediately to a new customer. So most of these customers we have to go through a learning curve with. Some have been here, Volter, what do you think, 2 years plus, beta and shit. We have seen quite a bit of no pun intended influx of people who, after the AWS debacles of downtime and so on and so forth, are looking at different alternatives. The other big thing is people are looking to reduce their costs on infrastructure. And I'm going to talk a little bit about a few line items I have at the end of this, but these are big things. So one of those things is how we handle releases. So we're ready to go anytime. Legacy customers, not so much. They have marketing teams, they have PR teams, they have senior VPs. I've done so many fucking presentations, my head spins. For one customer. Now, granted, it's a massive customer, but it is a process. You have to take the time, explain it. You have to prove your MVPs. You have to do all that. So I was a little premature because I felt like we were ready for release. Well, I learned something in that as well, and that is you've got to give them their time to get their shit together. And sometimes it takes substantially more time than what it is for us. So good for us, bad for quick client.
Even for us, I can, for example, share that, for example, some of the things that will come with new application specifications are requests of features that we don't have yet that are available on AWS. And for big customers that are using their service, for me it's normal. If I'm planning to move from place A to place B, I don't want to lose features. Yeah. So it's normal, let's say like this.
Any plans on adding roadblocks to the gaming side? Nearly all the Discord members are showing up thinking we have it, although they come to us for Flux G codes.
I don't even know what is Roblox, to be
honest. My God, Volter, you and I need to have a discussion after this call, because Roblox is a perfect. That's like injecting straight into the vein for these kids, man. Like they love this stupid ass game. So for whatever reason, yeah. Well, you're not missing anything because I've played it, but they love it for some reason. I don't know. How does a 10% discount you talk about stack with the first 3 months for new customers?
I don't know yet, but don't worry. It will be if it's not on the first month, the discount will apply on the second one. Let's say like this.
It says how can the how will the referral program work? How can I start to be an ambassador there? Will I get my own link? I mean,
I think I just talk about it now. When it's close to be released, I think people will have all their answers there. Basically, let's say like this.
Awesome. All right, Walter. Thanks for jumping.
I still have one Easter egg before I have to leave.
Okay, let's throw it out there.
So, Easter egg, what it is. New application specifications will also make it possible so that clients, instead of being renting apps, we will have VPS offers also. So
that's big, dude. I didn't even know that.
Clients will be able to rent a VPS on the FluxCloud network.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Dude. Wow. I wasn't even prepared for that. And just so everybody knows, that was 100% me finding out the same time you all found out. So that's a big fucking deal. That is a big deal.
That's one of the things that we are working on the background. We want to make it possible because it will simplify for some people. They just want to rent a machine and be able to go there and do whatever they want to put their service working. And they don't want just a specific app. They might want more than one thing to be running on the machine. So,
dude, that is probably the biggest news we've had for that side of the house since Arcane.
Yeah,
I
think
that's
so.
a big fucking deal, man.
Yeah, I think so. It will be very big. I don't know yet what will be the price or anything like that, but yeah, it will happen sooner or later, hopefully soon. We will have that offer also on cloud.runonflux.com, and most probably sometime after on a dedicated website just for renting VPSs on the cloud network. And that's it from my side. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Well, you knocked my socks off, buddy. That at the end was quite the surprise. I appreciate it. All right.
Now I have to leave. I will be leaving, but I will still be watching the AMA until the end. Thank you one more time for having me.
Dude,
see you guys.
Thank you for jumping on, Vulture. Appreciate you, brother.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Okay. Even I get surprised every now and again, and that's a big deal. That's been on my list of shit that I'd love to see for a very long time. So I'm super happy about that. John, the man.
Hey.
You got a PowerPoint presentation, don't you?
Actually, I'm gonna probably share browser screen. Very, very small PowerPoint thing here, just for some bullet points. But figured I'd make this fairly quick. We have 25 minutes left or so, and I still got to let you have some time. And
well, if we run over, we run over. I'm not worried about it. Let's just get. I would rather everybody see what they came to see.
Yep, I know that's typical anyway. But yeah, so I'll start. We're just going to go through some updates on the FluxAI side of the house on current projects that we have already released. Updates to those projects, and just some of those things maybe that you haven't seen before. And some things that I find extremely useful, even in our side and using them in-house. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I can add this. There we go. So that should be Beaver. So let me bring this up quick. So what we're basically going to cover here is we went over Beaver AI last time in the last AMA that I believe you guys had with Daz. But I just wanted to kind of dive into a couple of these things, because there were a bunch of updates to Beaver in the last couple of weeks. So the first thing that I'm just going to hit on is just we're just going to go through the Magic Whiteboard first, and essentially what this is, and I believe you guys have seen this before, but it is actually a meeting platform that is basically AI generated for summaries. So what I'll probably do is just go into the demo first, so you guys can kind of get an idea. So essentially what this is it's a meeting platform. So it's no bots or anything joining the meeting. This is actually hosted on Beaver AI, and you can invite guests or have recurring meetings with your team. And the cool thing about this is that it sets up agendas. It does AI detections for decisions, action items, and it basically helps keep your team on topic as you're going through the meeting. So if you have things that are in the agenda that you want to hit, Beaver will kind of help nudge you in the right direction, and keep the meeting on topic. And then the cool thing about this too is all of the transcripts here. This is basically voice to text, right? So all these transcripts, there's no audio ever recorded. So no audio is stored, recorded. It's basically all in flight to our AI. It gets transcribed. And then the meetings and the transcriptions, summaries, action items, all of those are stored encrypted. So basically all of these transcripts and everything is completely private to you. No third party. They don't go to Google. They don't go anywhere else. So like I said, this is not part of like Teams or Meet or any of that. And some of the really, really nice things is all of these action items and decisions, are listed and assigned to, the participants. And even if they're not part of Beaver AI, like the actual site, they'll still get the post-meeting briefs, summaries, action items, and it helps just keep, really nice summary of the meeting. And the other really nice thing about the whiteboard, which we had just went over or just added since the last AMA, is you're now able to set up recurring meetings with the whiteboard. So if you have recurring Google Meets or Teams meetings or Zoom, you can actually replace those recurring meetings in your calendar with whiteboard meetings. So basically, it gives you direct links to the whiteboard, which is really nice. So that's.
John, before you jump to the next thing, I just want to share a real quick story. The reason we called it Beaver is because we give a damn about your privacy. And the reason this thing was born was as we were kind of working on our AI kind of workflow for Influx and for the team, we subscribed to Otter, which is a AI-based transcription service. We actually met with a customer, and we had Otter running in the background who was keeping the information. And the first thing the customer said to us is, you guys are a decentralized company, but you're using a centralized platform for your AI transcription. And I was like, yeah, you're right. We need to build something different. So I called Daz on the phone and I told him exactly what I was looking for. And 3 days later, Beaver was born. So I'm a massive fan of Beaver. I use it for every meeting I have. It is private. It's secure. They don't glean your data. They don't harvest your data. They don't, take your ideas from me, because essentially that's what a lot of these AI transcription clients are doing. Is if you read the terms of service, it's pretty ugly, man. Like, they're harvesting your shit. So Beaver is 100% decentralized. It's 100% private. You are the keeper of your meetings and data. So big deal there. I just want to share a little history on how it was born. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the huge part of just this in general is keeping everything private, and that your data transcripts aren't going anywhere outside this platform, right? And they're encrypted. So that makes it pretty nice. And that's actually a really good segue into the other two options that we kind of added since the last time. I know these were here, but there's been some updates to these. So I'll just go into the pre-recorded audio section. So essentially what this is say you already have a pre-recorded audio meeting and you want to drop this in for transcription. It could be, from your phone. It could be really from anything. And you can basically drag and drop that file in here, and we'll do basically in-flight transcription. We don't save the audio. Once it is transcribed, everything is basically purged from our system. The only things that stay are the transcripts, and those transcripts are then encrypted and on the system.
I didn't even know you could do that, dude. That's huge.
Yeah. Yep. So
people don't tell me shit anymore, man. I gotta find out on at the meetings the same way you guys do. That's pretty freaking cool.
Yep. So that's one way that you can do it, which is pretty nice. So again, no audio is stored. That's kind of our big proponent, again, with the privacy aspect. And kind of segueing into another thing is the in-person meeting. So this is one where you can have as you see here, your phone is the microphone. And essentially what this is you can record meetings, and it requires consent up front. So there's actually a consent screen. So you have a consent first recording, which basically every meeting has to get consent from the people who are in it for it to be transcribed. But essentially what this is very similar to the pre-recorded audio, except for it's in flight. So meaning that it's recorded live and transcribed live. And it does the same exact things as all the other meetings as far as transcripts and things like that. So this kind of gives you an idea. You record consent. It does the actual recording. This is what it looks like.
John, did you ever see Step Brothers, the movie?
Yeah, of course.
Did we just become best friends?
Right.
This is crazy, dude. I didn't even know this existed. This is huge, especially for two clients that I'm thinking of right now who are in the government and in private sector, in the financial sector, where they can use this for their in-person meetings, and they may not want to have all that data, uploaded to the cloud or wherever it's capturing it. So this is another huge one. So well done, man. I didn't even know this.
Yep. So that's there, and let me see the other. We have a couple more. So I know we've run out a little bit of time, but this is the traditional meeting. So I wanted at least there's a couple updates here. So this is your traditional meeting bot that would actually go into Google or go into your Microsoft Teams or Zoom meetings and transcribe the meeting. Again, no audio is recorded. We don't save any audio. It's all transcription based. The options that we have added here are actually being able to select the language. So we had a customer that was that had meetings that were sometimes in Italian, sometimes in English, and the transcription bots have to actually be able to transcribe in the native language. Once we have the native language, say it transcribes in Italian, we can on the back end, on the AI side, still work with that without any problem. It can either output in English or Italian. Doesn't matter. But that was the biggest updates to these. To the live meeting note taker, and these meeting note takers, these bots are run on FluxCloud. So we utilize the actual cloud network to basically put the nodes or the bots where we need them, throughout the world, really. So if you need something that's in Italy or Portugal or Germany, wherever, we can actually put a bot in that area to be able to join the meets.
Hey, John, one thing we can add later that I really think would be cool would be in-time real translation of, if you have somebody on say you're having a personal meeting, you got somebody that speaks German, someone that speaks, English, somebody that speaks Spanish, like real time interpretation so that people understand what's going on in the meeting. It could be beneficial, especially when we work a lot with folks in China and other areas where maybe English isn't their even second or third or fourth dialect, so that would be kind of cool in the future as well.
I absolutely agree. And that's something that we have tossed around the ideas of technically how to add this to the whiteboard. That's probably the first place we'll add it, since we kind of control the speech to text portion of that, and being able to possibly translate that on the other end. So you could translate, from whatever source language to English, that sort of thing. And that is something that's on our roadmap. It's technically a little more challenging, just given like the hardware that we need to use and kind of how it all works in the back end. But it's definitely something we're looking into for sure.
And just a heads up, the entire Flux team utilizes Beaver now. We practice what we preach. We utilize our products, and I'm sure John's got another product to talk about that we use as well. So,
yeah. So no worries. I just want to just jump into this real quick, and this kind of gives you an idea of the what it looks like on the other end. Like once the meetings are finished, it gives you the transcript, transcribed here, so you can kind of go through and check it out. It gives you the AI summary with key points, overviews, decisions made, things like that. And that's important because, at the end of the day, you have an hour-long meeting, and sometimes you just kind of forget some of the things that were discussed, right? Because you kind of might jump around through topics. Cool thing about this, you can go right back in, you can check the key points and, figure out, hey, was anything assigned to me, or the highlights of the meeting? Are there action items I need to do today, tomorrow? When are they due? Other cool things, those action items then get assigned to you, and in the tracking, you can go into the action items and actually move them around.
Hold on, go back to the last screen you were at. I saw something interesting.
Yep.
Does that say push to PM tool?
Yes. So there are export tools. So you can export to Trello, Discord, like Discord webhooks. You can like any of these action items, you could actually push to Trello and actually make them part of your Trello board
bitch.
if you want to.
Wow.
So yeah, that's all part. There's some export stuff. These aren't going to be enabled right now, simply. But yeah, you can push to Slack. There are different integrations that you can integrate into. But yeah, the biggest ones we usually use are Trello and Discord on some things. It just depends that we've seen usage in. But I'm not going to go through all of this because we have a couple other things that we're kind of winding down a little bit. But
head over to the next one.
Yep. So this is Beaver, and like I said, there's been a lot of good updates.
And you guys can check that out now. That's live. Go to what the website is.
It's beaverai.app.
Beaverai.app, and we give a damn about your privacy.
Yeah. So, I guess the next one that we will hit on is Voice Desk, which is what I believe was covered before at some point. But there have definitely been some updates to this. I believe you guys can see this now, right? I switched screens. Yeah, cool. So what Voice Desk is essentially turning your intelligence or your documents or your company data into something a customer can directly communicate with via voice. And there are a few ways that we've built this out. So you can upload, say, documentation or company data. As far as like, say like you have a restaurant and you need like opening hours, the menu, potentially even ordering if it's connected to like an agent on the back end. But the cool thing is like, kind of what's on here, there's no hold music, no voicemail, no missed opportunities. So if you call this number, you're directly connected to something very specific about, your business, and you can set it up for anything. So we had a couple examples. We'll go in just to here. So, here's just one for appointment confirmation. And basically what it would look like is you would have this, I'm not going to do this because it's not going to come through the speakers properly, but you basically would host this on your website and you could click on it and talk directly to the browser. If you're not comfortable talking to the computer, it also gives you a phone number. So you can either call it or call it from your phone, or directly do it through the browser with your mic. And we've seen some pretty cool things, whether it be healthcare, law offices. I've even kind of toyed around with it on like the automotive side for documentation and scheduling and just things like that. And it works extremely well. And like I said, it uses your company's data, which is the best part. So I'll show one other small thing.
This one's a big one too, folks. Like this is the real deal. Like, you know what I mean? One of the folks, and I'm kind of leaking a little information here. We talked to a 911 call center, a massive one, huge, massive one. And they're actually looking at rolling out AI as your first line of defense coming in for 911 calls and how to route them correctly. There's been, and I don't know, I'm an old firefighter, so I know this, because I still kind of follow things, but there's a huge issue with 911 call centers. And this definitely can help rectify that. And they were pretty impressed when we showcased this.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have some things in the background that are specific to that kind of like emergency type of services where it can get GPS location services, things like that, which is pretty cool. I'm not showcasing that here because that's part of it, maybe a different product, but at least just wanted to show kind of how this looks or feels on a website. So this is on our FluxAI app, and I mean you could use this right now. You can call this number. You could do the talk via browser. This will give you information about FluxAI, what the products are, and it kind of gives you just a real quick, simple live demo of how this works and what it does. But on the back end, we're using our AI infrastructure to power most of this, which is the core. So like over the past years, we've been kind of building out this infrastructure to do multiple things. So now it's kind of building the products that are kind of tying all of that we've kind of built through the past year or so, kind of tying that together into actual tangible products that customers can use, which is pretty cool to see. So I'll go on just to the next thing real quick. This is basically the products that we have in development. I'm just gonna kind of skim over these because they're not completely.
This is my favorite.
Not completely live at the moment. We're still testing it internally, but we have basically a new lead gen or campaign service, marketing service that's called Brimley, and it's basically it's going to help with lead generation and doing email marketing campaigns. And we've been kind of using it, I'll say locally or within the team, to just make sure to get it right. And
it fucking works.
It does. Yeah, it's really
that's
cool.
The thing that's awesome. Like there's other ones out there that I've played around with or tried, and they don't work. This fucking works, and it's glorious.
Yeah, so it's we're just tweaking a few things, turning a couple knobs, making sure everything is where we want it, and the emails and the leads that you're getting are what the customer wants, and we're trying to make it as as flexible as possible. So I'm not going to go too much further into that. This will be launching soon. Like I said, we're just in the middle of finishing up a few things with it, but it's very close. So I'm just going to go back to Beaver. We'll just stay here. But I guess the other thing that we just kind of wanted to bring up and mention are just things now that we've built like the back end of most of our systems. We're able to get into more even custom AI projects. So just wanted to bring that up. If any business or any small or medium-sized business needs some custom AI solutions, we're definitely prepared and can help with a lot of those kind of local deployments, whether it's voice desk or anything like that. So that's some of the other things we've been looking into.
I think
leveraging our products.
Yeah, I think you can see a clear directive here, and that is customer at the inception and creation, customer retention with the voice piece, privacy and decentralization with Beaver and what we're doing internally. It's huge for companies, especially like government agencies and so on and so forth. And we're practicing what we're preaching with our marketing as well. So we've gone through like this state of flux here recently where AI's taken over. It just is. I mean, I saw the other day Facebook laid off 10,000 employees. I saw, ChatGPT, they laid off, I think 6,000 or 7,000 employees. Why? Because the products are finally meeting their stroke, and you're starting to see the beginning of companies that integrate AI, bring additional features to their platforms. And we want to be the one that's ahead of that as well, providing those services as they start to do that. Meta and ChatGPT and the other ones, they figured it out internally and developed it internally, but they're not going to share it externally. We're developing the same products that they're developing, but they're able to be purchased cheaply, efficiently, and decentralized. So, I mean, to us, we're getting ahead of the game because we kind of had to change our scope because technology has been changing and iterating so quickly that we've been keeping up ourselves and trying to get on the other side of it, projecting where we'll land. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a couple minutes about some of the data center challenges that are coming up. But, Flux AI is doing that. It's pulling the pieces together. Real quick, one question popped up. It says, how will Brimley help with sales? Dude, it is unreal. It does everything for you. You basically give it the criteria that you want. It goes out, it finds the individuals to approach, sends them basically customized emails for them. It's not a spam. It's built directly for them. You have options of what you want to choose from to send them. So say you want to talk to somebody about Flux AI, or say you want to talk to somebody about Flux OS, or say you want to talk to somebody about Beaver, or you can talk to them about all those things. And you can be very selective and very broad. And I will tell you, we did an initial sampling of 50 people, and we got a response back of like 5 to 10 people. That's unheard of in the marketing world. And these are all legitimate. We're going to have a phone call with you and sit and talk to you. We have not seen results like that in the history of Flux. So yes, that is exactly what it was built for, is to cultivate those individuals. We're going to target gaming. We're going to target healthcare. We're going to target AI development, custom development, because one of the big things about Flux AI, because we have all these components already generated and created, we white label these, and we can provide these to any customer under their own banner. So, you know, there's tons of opportunities there. But I appreciate you jumping on, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, and we'll have to have you on again for sure.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. I got a couple things that I just want to talk to the general community about, because I think that they're super important. Currently, one of the big things is the overall Web3 outlook. And you see a lot of people saying Web3 is dead. You got a lot of people saying Web3 is just the beginning. I err on the second. We are just at the beginning phase of what Web3 is. It's very difficult to articulate appropriately to people what decentralized infrastructure does, because they've been so entrenched in a centralized and curated environment for their entire careers that it sometimes takes 2 or 3 visits and maybe a presentation and, you know, maybe even some hand holding to get an MVP in place. We are limited in our people. So we will eventually be pushing this through, like Walter talked about earlier, with referral codes and so on and so forth, to make the Flux community our lead sales providers. We're going to give you guys the tools eventually in a package where you can go out and you can market and sell Flux yourself, get paid for it, and basically build on top of what we're already doing. We can't handle the lead generation that Brimley will bring in. We don't have the staff to do so. So I'm going to enlist a bunch of community members who are, maybe they're in the tech sector and they want to help, or maybe they're in sales and they want to help. And we're going to basically create an environment where you guys can go out and sell to your heart's content, and you can help build the network out at the same time. Now, that doesn't change the fact we're going after the big fish. We are going after the big fish. We are going after the mid-tier fish, and even we're going after the mild and small. Because we've had a couple people, especially mild and small, where we started with something just, you know, an easy fix, and the next thing you know, they bring in a shit ton of work for us, which is great. So we'll continue to keep doing that. But one of the things that in Web3, and it's a trend, it's an alarming trend that I've continued to keep watching, and that is data centers. The push for data centers in the US, and I'm sure it's that way everywhere else, it's really interesting. Matter of fact, they're trying to put 3 or 4 data centers here where I'm located. And going to those meetings and seeing the people opposed to that, they'll never be able to build the data centers that we need. Flux becomes really, truly the only option for a decentralized platform. We have a nuclear power plant that's, 40 minutes away. Perfect place to drop a data center. By the way, the nuclear power plant is currently operated, being paid by Microsoft, which is pretty amazing. You see Claude, which just recently signed a deal with Elon, billions of dollars to utilize their infrastructure because they can't get enough. And this is going to continue to be a trend. It's going to continue. Stop shaking your leg. You're making the picture in the background. Okay, sorry. I got like this nervous tick or something. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, it really makes, it really puts Flux at the front. And by the way, I didn't realize how hated these data centers were till I started going to a few of these meetings and watching the response it's getting from the residents. It's bad. I mean, they had to remove people. It's bad. So I think we're right in the position that we need to be right now. We have a solution, an offering that kind of alleviates a lot of this. And if I could have stood up and pitched that at the meeting, I would have done that. Because really there is another way, and Flux is the way. We're continue to keep expanding our reach as well. We have worked with some government contracts as well. We've worked with data centers. We're working with all the major players in the space that we're trying to get to the next level, get on to Web3 and keep it growing. There'll be some pieces that us as a community have to talk about very soon, and how we're going to handle things moving forward. We built Flux to scale. Yeah. Little Stash said a lot of HOA like Karens are going to these anti-AI meeting. Yes, you're right. And there was several Karens there, and boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know about the blue-haired people, but we'll figure that out. You know, so anyway, long story short is we're doing everything on our side to do it right. We're going to need the community and their input on where we go next, but it's pretty awesome. We talked a little bit about Brimley. Brimley is a coordinated effort on our side to merge our sales and marketing team into one single pane of glass, to allow our sales team to work with our marketing team for demographic. So we want to make sure we coordinate things. If we're going after healthcare, we need to have our marketing team in place to make sure that they can roll with that as well. And we have definitely had a downsize. You know, we don't talk much about it. It's just the way that it is. We wanted to make sure that this project would survive in perpetuity. And to do that, you have to adjust with the ebbs and flows of technology. So we have set out on the past like 3 or 4 months of really embracing the AI component, and where Flux OS can really build on top of that as well. And that's kind of the things we're looking at internally. That means you'll see changes. You've seen changes. Faces that you may have seen before may still be there, but maybe not at the same capacity. We're not looking to reinvent the wheel here. If something is good and we can sell it and use it internally, we're going to do it. And we were able to reduce our footprint quite a bit by utilizing AI. And we're going to keep building on that. That's going to be robust, and we'll make sure we keep you guys updated and involved in that process, so you know what's happening behind the scenes. One of the things we released today was the Claude. Where's that? These are where suggestions from the community come in handy. This was an open call on a decentralized cloud. This is our cloud. Our Claude version out there came actually from input from one of the community members, and I think Little Stash is here. He was the one that kind of brought it up and said we need to be on that, and we kind of started to work on that. That was something we weren't looking at, but that was a community member that reached out and gave us good ideas about things, and we implemented them. So I think that these are the kind of things you as a community should be really thinking about. Our best eyes and ears for the tech sector are the people that utilize this platform and our community members. So we can't be everywhere all the time. And I can tell you right now, I spend 11, 12 hours a day in this world, and I still can't keep up with the shit that I need to keep up with. So we need to make sure that, yes, Hermes is next. Yes, we are working on that right now. So that will 2x our open call. Yes, we agree. So Hermes is coming. And by the way, I didn't know what Hermes was a month ago, but now I do. So, you know, that's what I'm saying is our best eyes and ears is this community. So we need to make sure we take the time and provide informative and constructive input. If you come in and you just shit all over us, we're more than likely just going to probably, you know, not read it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being frank with you. We get enough destructive criticism that you just have to call it at one point and say, if you don't come proper and you don't come as a community member and as a participant, but rather an angry Karen, we're not going to listen to you. So we have an area in Discord. It's called our, what do we call that? Sorry, I'm having an old person. The bullpen. I'm having an old person moment. The bullpen is where we drop ideas. And as a matter of fact, there was 2 ideas that were dropped in there earlier today. I'm going to look at them later, and we're going to figure out. But we listen to what you guys have to say. When it's constructive, when it helps the project. If you come in and you're shitting all over us about the price and this, that, the other thing, and what marketing can do and what you can do, you should. Don't should on me, bro. Don't should on me. If you have positive input, then let's work to get it knocked out. But don't come in and shit all over the team members who are, working their asses off to make this thing happen. So, Flux is free to all. Discord has some criteria around it, and I can tell you right now, I will not fucking look at another bitch session in Discord or any other platform. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to respond. That's a leaf that I turn over today. If you come proper and you're engaging us, you will 110% get a response from me and get a response from our team. But starting today, we're going to clean shit up. And that means if you come in there and you're complaining about stuff and this, that, and the other thing, you're not going to get a response. So just don't bother. If you come in creative and you're asking questions, hell yes, that's what we're here for. But we are getting big enough now that we can't listen to the crybabies. It's just the way it is. Flux is very transparent. You everything we know about Flux, you know about Flux. And hell, I even discovered shit today that I didn't even know we did. So, let's all be creative. Let's all be constructive. Let's all work together as a team. And it's up to you guys. If we have a customer that drops into our Discord and they're looking at deploying on Flux, and the first thing they see is a run-on fucking bitch session, nobody's going to deploy on that platform. So stop shooting yourself in the foot. I know for a fact there's been 2 customers that went there, and there was the same person both times in their bitch sessions, took those customers and turned them away. And I had to spend the better part of 2 days of my time to bring those customers back to the platform and basically go back and explain why this person was acting like a dumbass, because that's exactly what they were doing. So long story short, we all got to work together. We'll have another one of these AMAs coming up. I really appreciate everybody jumping on today. I don't know if we have our music to play us out, but thanks everybody for being here, and look forward to chatting with you soon. If you had an AMA question that didn't get answered, Discord's a great place. You can drop you can go to X. You can reach out to us anyway, man. The one thing I want to share before I sign off on this is I appreciate everything this community does. These guys you guys and gals have supported us through everything. And, I can honestly tell you, I'm as excited today as I was the first day that we launched Flux. I see the things we can do. See the things that we can build. I can see visions that would take normally 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe a year to build, happen in days. Perfect example is Beaver AI. That was an idea I had from a customer meeting that I pitched to Daz, and 3 days later we had it created. We built that framework, that delivery model framework, in place now that we can do these. So your ideas now become even more important. If you have ideas like that and we can create them in 2 days, let's fucking do it together. Let's roll out and do it together. So without getting into the weeds too deep, we are just getting started, man. We are just getting started, and I'm super excited, and I look forward to working with every one of you. So thank you, and come ask your questions if we didn't get them answered.